Hey guys, I'm back. It's me. And it is Sunday, I believe February 21st. And it has been a minute since I made my last video. It's been about a month, and there's been a lot that's happened in the last month. Um, I don't know where to start, so I will just start. This whole page and channel was started to be somewhat of a journal for me, like a viral journal, a video journal that I was going to keep for myself. And so, because of everything that went on last week here in Texas, I was supposed to celebrate on the 17th my 1 year anniversary of my first uploaded video to YouTube. And so I just wanted to first start off by thanking I want to say it's 188 subscribers that I have. Thank y'all for subscribing and watching my videos, because I'm on here just, giving my insight and my intake on things that I deem worthy of conversation. And I know you don't have to tune in, but you do, and I appreciate it. I really do. I had hid my subscribers because I was a little ashamed at first because my numbers were so low. But once I started doing it and talking to other people who do it, I realized that that's pretty natural for your first year, especially for somebody who, like me. I know a lot of people, but I'm kind of an introvert. So, to get 188 subscribers in my first year, I feel like I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. So anyway, I'm going to put on. I had taken it off where you couldn't see how many subscribers. I was feeling a way about that initially, but I'm happy about it. I'm proud of myself. I'm actually proud of myself for even doing this the entire year. Now, I didn't do it as often as I had set out to do it, but I did it for a full year, and I started some other projects along the way. So, yay me. Yes, I'm eating Lanika cereal right now. Yes, yay me. Anyway, so there's, like I said, a lot has happened in this last month. We've crowned a new Super Bowl champion. Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay and won his seventh ring. How can you hate on the man? You really can't, He's Tom terrific. Aside from his political views and affiliation and whatnot, the man has a knack for winning football. And so I like competition. I love sports. And I can take nothing away from him. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know my baby brother was ecstatic about the whole situation. It was a little tense around the Pearson household because both of my brothers are not Cowboy fans, if you can believe that. One of them is a Tampa Bay fan, and the other one is a Green Bay Packer fan. And so when they had to face off, I know it was tense in the Metroplex. Anyway, my baby brother is probably very still ecstatic about the win. So kudos to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for winning the NFL championship. Now we're in the midst of the NBA season. Right now there's a game on, the Nets and the Clippers. So, and they're not playing in the bubble like they were last year, so it won't be the bubble excuse. And so that should be cool. This past weekend, I'm so happy because that's probably why I haven't been filming, because there's been sports on TV for me to watch. So this last week, there was the Australian Open. I'm a tennis fanatic. Serena came back. Serena looked great. But Naomi Osaka was her kryptonite. I like them both. I love them both, actually. And so I'm a really big fan of Serena Williams, though. There's no secret. Serena's in my age demographic, and I love her. She's a survivor. She is a stone cold killer on that court. But she's getting up there in age, and the young girls are coming for her head. And Osaka has game. And I'm happy for her. I'm really happy for Osaka. But I just want Serena to be able to capture number 24 and, if God willing, number 25. I would love to see her capture those two Grand Slams and then go out on the highest of notes. But until then, I think she's gonna keep playing. She had a little moment during her post conference, her post match conference, where sometimes I think the media has too much access to these players and these athletes. Anyway, of course, they're asking her questions about retirement. They've been asking her these questions for like the last 4 or 5 years. And I think at this moment is the first time where she actually knows that retirement is closer than further away. So with her losing the match and with her playing as well as she was playing, it was just, the question struck a nerve. And before she just outright boo-hooed, she cut the press conference short and she left. But you could tell, she wasn't, it was hard. It was a hard loss for her to suffer. Anyway, I think she'll be back. I think it's going to be motivation. I hope so. The next big tennis tournament is going to be Wimbledon, which she excels in. If she can stay healthy, of course she has a chance. But that dad blasted Naomi Osaka. Sis is good. She's a quiet assassin, but she's an assassin nonetheless. And so we shall see. Of course, Novak Djokovic. I know you guys don't really like tennis like I do, but whatever. The Joker won his ninth Australian Open, and so he's gaining on Federer and Nadal. I never thought in a million years anybody would come close to capturing as many Grand Slam titles as Roger Federer. But Novak, he's going to do it. Barring some outlandish injury, he's going to do it. Also over this weekend, another one of my favorite sports, there was really good boxing. Two boxing cards in particular here in the U.S. Top Rank Boxing and PBC Boxing happened this weekend. And it was the return of Adrian Broner. Now listen, I have my feelings about Adrian Broner. All I'll say is that I wish him well. I hope that he is maturing, and I wish him well. I also will say I watched his match this weekend, and it was evident that he had not been in the ring for 2 years. There was a lot of ring rust, and before he had taken his hiatus, my biggest gripe with Adrian is that he didn't let his hands go, is what we call it in boxing terms. He wasn't punching enough. He's very defensively responsible, but he does not punch enough to solidify a notable win. And he hasn't done so since he fought Marcus Maidana, whatever. Anyway, so that fight was not the headlight of the headliner of the weekend. The headliner of the weekend was Berchelt versus Vasquez. And I saw the most brutal knockout that I think I've ever seen before in my life. I don't recall ever watching a fight live, screaming at the TV for them to stop the fight, and then ultimately watching the boxer take one of the most brutal punches to the head and collapsing that I've ever seen before in my life. Boxing is a really scary and a really dangerous sport because of the accumulation of punches that you are subject to taking. And last night, Berchelt took so many power punches to the head that it just was not healthy. And so he suffered a devastating knockout. I don't think he'll ever be the same. And it was so bad that the winner couldn't even celebrate his victory like he wanted to, because he was so concerned that this man wasn't like damaged and really, really hurt. He stayed out for what I know, like a minute and a half, and that's a long time to be just out. Like, we don't know if you're gonna wake up or not. It was that bad. So I hope he's okay. God bless him and his family. But that's why I'm not a fan of that. Let me go out on my shield. I'm so macho. I'm a man. Dude, somebody has to be smart and say, okay, this is enough. And nobody did that for that man last night. and I think it's going to cost him the rest of his career. Anyway, that's all I got. I don't want to be too long. Um, I'm getting myself back together after this devastating winter weather storm we had here in Texas. It was all over Texas. I lost power, I lost water. Today was the first day I kind of really feel like myself. I made myself get up, put on some makeup, and try to look normal, because baby, last week was a rough one on you, girl. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I know we'll bounce back, because that is what we do. And I will see you all next time. Peace.